With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and we're going to talk about Star Wars. It's just kind of how things are right now. But in regards to The Last Jedi, the movie comes out tomorrow on Blu-ray. A lot of people are excited to get their hands on it. I'm going to go pick it up reluctantly probably, but I want to add it to my collection, so it's kind of like one of those things you kind of have to do. You know, it's like when you get that really bad movie in a franchise, but you're like, I just want to complete the whole set. It's kind of like that. But that being said, there's a lot of speculation right now, a lot of theory right now about what's going to happen in episode 9. And ABC News recently sat down with Mark Hamill and kind of like jokingly asked him if he would be willing to reprise his role as Luke Skywalker. And this is what he says. If you can't have fun making a Star Wars movie, you have serious problems. Listen, put in a good word for me because it's all in JJ's hands. And why wouldn't he want to play Luke Skywalker again? It's the role he is most famous for. 40 years of being one of the top characters in not only literature, but pop culture. Mark Hamill is probably not fully ready to turn down that mantle just yet. But that being said, episode 9 is going to probably retcon a lot of crap from episode 8, right? Not in the way I would like, which would be the whole movie was just Finn's fever dream. That's it. But they won't, because Carrie Fisher is sadly gone. So in order to fully complete the Skywalker saga, which was going to heavily be about her in episode 9, that's no more. So they got to bring Luke back as a Force ghost, even though he says it's all up to JJ. No, he knows. He knows this is precisely why. He knows this because he already walked back his previous comments. If he was a dude who was already out and he knew he was out and he knew his character was done and he's out there kind of running his mouth because he's a little bit pissed about it, that he knows he ain't going to work again on it and he doesn't have to. But now, yes, he's coming back. So he's got to play ball. He's got to be part of the machine. It's all a business move. Now, what I think would be interesting would be if they were going to go do like an animated series or something that would be based upon Luke's journeys between Empire and or Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. Because we kind of see a bit of that in Star Wars Battlefront 2, his storyline in that. And also all the other books and everything else, it would give us more opportunity to spend time with him, and Mark Hamill could probably voice the character. Even though he does sound a lot older now, they could maybe manipulate it a little bit to where he sounds a little bit on the younger side. I have no idea. But you know for a fact he's going to be back. It just makes sense at this point. They can't go and complete the saga of this without at least having there be something there. And so at this point, he'll probably be a Force ghost unless they really decide to just say screw it. And if they decide to say screw it, and they let's say they bring back midi-chlorians and they bring that whole thing back in, I'm not gonna lie when I say this. Fans will will literally and legitimately rejoice over that fact. You know, because that was a really heavily mocked thing 18 years ago. Midi-chlorians made Anakin. What is he, Jesus? And then you go and you find out that Pelagus was trying to create life, as we learned later on. He failed in the experiment to manipulate midi-chlorians, and therefore the midi-chlorians created Anakin as a way to stop Darth Sidious. That's what it says according to the Anakin Skywalker Wikipedia. I'm not entirely sure how canonical that is, but that's what a lot of people seem to go off of when it comes to information. So if that's the case, then they might be pulling back out the midi-chlorian card and going like, well, the Force works in mysterious ways, much like Jesus. And therefore they, bring back both Snoke and Luke somehow. They're able to like harvest their DNA and clone them in a bacta tank. I got no idea. Cloning technology already works. Someone out there might have a strand of his hair, right? They go back and they find his robe and they find strands of his hair. Oh, they just found his DNA. Hell, again, I would not even 100% be against it. But then again, they grow in real time. So they couldn't do it in this movie unless episode 9 takes place like 30 years down the road, which it won't. Obviously it won't. So I'm not entirely too sure where things are going to go with this one, but I can tell you that Mark Hamill will be in it. I guarantee that. He'll probably be doing Force Ghost Luke, or maybe they'll just say, look, when he disappeared, he just Force teleported somewhere. He was just injured. He didn't actually die. They could actually sit there at this point and treat that as a thing. Rian Johnson pretty much went back and avoided every single plot hole or plot point that JJ set up, so they could go back and just say, haha, screw you, we're doing it to you. He didn't die. He just Force teleported back to the nuns, and the little weird nun creatures. They just pumped him full of that green milk that he likes so much, and then he was fine. And honest to God, at this point too, if they did that, people might go, "Ooh, really?" But at the same time, go, "Yeah, no, I get it. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Let's just do that. Okay, let's just forget that the Last Jedi exists in that fashion. And at least this way, it kind of makes it feel like a Star Wars movie again, as a way to finally wrap up the Skywalker saga." But those are just my thoughts on that one. Whether they are right or wrong, I don't know and won't know until December of 2019. But that being said, I do want to know your guys' thoughts about this. Do you think that they're going to retcon stuff from Episode 8? Do you think Mark Hamill will be back as Force Ghost Luke or just regular old Luke? Maybe he's not dead. If he could teleport his doppelganger halfway across the damn universe, could he be able to then also teleport his own body someplace else? Who knows? We don't know at this point. Powers are kind of everywhere. If Leia can fly into space and force shield herself, which we don't really see the shield, and then force pull herself, Superman style, back into a ship and go through an airlock without having there be a problem, and then anything can happen with Luke. Anything could happen with Luke. But let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.